Do y'all understand that I played football 10 years in the NFL? So when I start talking like I'm talking, it's because I'm still in football mode, so back up off.
I don't understand it, bro.
No, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. You know, you gotta stay focused, man. That's all I'm saying.
Only from the mind of Hugh Douglas.
You know, last night is the beginning or the starting of my epic week. You know, we got Game of Thrones that came on last night. It was so excited that I didn't even watch Power. I was so excited. And I just heard that Daryl told me Lala got a little naked on Power last night.
Yeah, she bared a little bit.
And showed a little bit of flesh. She showed a little bit more flesh, so I missed that. But last night, Game of Thrones premiered. And I just want to give a shout out to Melissa Bretherington because she texted me last night, and this is what she said on my text line. She said, please no spoilers money during Hugh's World. Still one season behind. So Melissa, I will do my best not to spoil Game of Thrones for you. I am. Okay, so this was the much anticipated season 7 of Game of Thrones last night. And I just want to say I got my man Daryl hooked on Game of Thrones.
You did, because I never saw it before you started talking about
this. And last night, they did a great job. Oh, man, if you haven't seen it, people, the opening scene will have you a little confused at first. It will have you a little confused. But if you have been following the show, you will know exactly what's going on. Arya Stark's a bad young lady. That's all I'm going to say. That's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. And there was something else that I noticed last night that I didn't really pick up on until I talked to Grant McCauley this morning. If you notice from the beginning of the Game of Thrones series, the Hound, which is the Mountain's brother, you know, the Hound was the one that the Mountain, they told a story early on where the Mountain did something to the Hound. He burnt his face. I forgot what he burnt his face for, but he left him a scar. So they're brothers. And the Hound, I think, is going to be a big part of this season 7 because the one thing that Grant McCauley pointed out to me last night was that the Hound's character is developing and he's becoming, we don't know what he is right now. I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. But the Hound is starting to come into his own a little bit. That's the best way I can say that. He's coming to his own a little bit. He's beginning to see things a little bit differently. If any, let me say I can say it like this. He's becoming a guy with a heart. Because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. And it's going to be interesting. And I think that's all I can tell because it's like a lot of people on the text line are starting to say easy.
Yeah, please.
No, I'm not going to tell anything. But you got a question, Squid? I'm taking questions now.
Lala?
I got to see
Power?
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, listen, Carmelo's wife is thick.
No. I mean, yes, but I mean, it got physical. All right?
It was like that.
It was like that.
And it was another show that I watched last night that it was this premiere. It came back, The Strain, which it was produced and directed by Benicio del Toro. It's about these vampires that have taken over New York City. And I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of like, I'm invested because I've watched the first couple seasons of The Strain. So I'm invested. But last night I was disappointed in the way that started. Because I'm pretty sure that people that watch that, I'm not going to spoil that for you. But I was disappointed last night.
You want to watch Power. You want to catch up on Power.
I'm going to catch up on Power.
It's taking some twists and some turns. You really want to catch up on Power.
And I did not mess it up. But for all y'all people who have been waiting on Game of Thrones, you're not a real Game of Thrones fan if you haven't watched this yet. Unless you are working late at night and you got off work late and you were getting a nap. Then that's the only way you get a pass. But all y'all that were out last night trying to kick it and hang out in the club and you didn't watch Game of Thrones, shame on you. I should mess it up for y'all, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I didn't do it. And I think I should get a little bit of credit for not spoiling it this morning. Because I think I did a pretty good job in my mind of not spoiling Game of Thrones for anybody. Because I didn't tell nothing. I didn't tell none of the juicy parts.
From what
I didn't tell none of the juicy parts.
Didn't doze off on, you did a great job.
See, and I wish I could add to the conversation, but you can only watch so many series. And
John, I'm telling you, before Hugh started talking about it, I was like,
Right.
man, you're out of your mind. But once I actually sat down and started watching, he told me when it starts, it's kind of slow,
Right.
but it worked. It's a very good show.
I know. I have no doubt that it's a great show. The Maven is not interested in watching it.
And it's,
so
man, there's so much more
we got to
I
find
want
stuff
to
we
tell.
can both watch. You know,
Don't Hugh Douglas.
I'm not. I'm not.
She's waiting for Outlander. I'm waiting for The Last Ship. You know,
I'm thinking of starting Game of Thrones next offseason.
You want to
told me-
see it, bro.
Somebody, they don't trust me, man. Somebody said Chase Station. As soon as he said Game of Thrones, I didn't spoil it. I
They didn't change the
spoil
station.
it.
That's why they're
I didn't
texting you.
spoil it. I didn't spoil it. I did a good job. I am proud of. I didn't spoil that or the strain. Now the strain was terrible last night. The strain was terrible. And if you watch that, then we can text about that because obviously people don't like to talk about that. So yeah. And somebody said, let's talk sports. Game of Thrones is whack. Bite your tongue, young man. You don't have any friends if you say stuff
What
like
if
that.
it's a young
Everybody and
lady?
their mother. Okay, young lady. Game of Thrones is awesome. Awesome.
well, I'm not sure I like the whole binge watching thing because, like, for example, the Maven got into Homeland. All right? Now we didn't watch it from the jump, and so we weren't watching it on a weekly basis. So there's like 6 seasons. And then all of a sudden you're watching you're pounding 6 seasons into about a month, know?
Wouldn't you, like with Power right now, I would much rather be able to just see it, like how you can kind of see it on Netflix, how you can just see everything instead of waiting every week, like with bated breath, like, oh, I can't wait till next week. I hate that.
I guess, if it's one thing if you're going to do like House of Cards, if Netflix releases all 10, episodes of House of Cards or something like that. It's another if you're doing 6 seasons of a series.
I did that. I watched Supernatural. I watched all.
haven't saw that. I haven't
Supernatural
seen
got
any of
12
those either.
seasons. Supernatural got 12 seasons. And I powered through those suckers. Wow. Yeah. But I had watched it early on, but I didn't watch like in the later parts when they got real Jesus-y. They started talking about stuff that ain't even nowhere near in the Bible. They started making up their own storyline about good and evil. But it turned out to be pretty good, and now I'm waiting for season 13 or season 14 if they're superstitious. I don't know, but yeah, there we have it.
Well, earlier in the program, we picked our favorite Falcons, just one, and we'll tell you again that list of who our team here picked as your favorite Falcon. But next, also, as we continue on this Monday morning with John and Hugh, who said the Falcons are not one-year wonders? Who said the Falcons are not one-year wonders?
I know this song. Charlie's Angels. Ha!
Great job, Hugh Douglas.
I knew that because I was like, wait a minute. I know this one. Boy, they was some the Angels. Hey, Angels. My name's Charlie.
Good morning, Charlie.
We'll do that next as we continue on the morning show with John and Hugh on Sports Radio 99 The Game and 99thegame.com.